this is Dilip. I'm from 3rd year CSC department. My register number is UR16CS094. Today my experiment is about predictive parser. As we know that parser is mainly of top-down parsers, bottom-up parser. Top-down parser has predictive parsers and recursive descent parser. Today we are going to deal about predictive parser, and we already know that bottom-up parser has SLR, CLR and LALR, whereas SLR stands for simple LR parsing, and LR is nothing but left to right scanning producing the rightmost derivative, and LL will be the left to right scanning producing the leftmost derivative. And predictive parsers uses the LL grammar. Our recursive descent is a top-down parsing technique that constructs the parse tree from the top, and the input is read from the left to right. It uses it for every terminal and non-terminal entity. The parsing technique recursively parses the input to make a parse tree, and this is that tree they have explained: top-down, recursive descent, backtracking, non-backtracking, predictive parser and LL parser. Our algorithm will be set input to point the first symbol of that program, repeat unless all these conditions get satisfied, and if it is not so, we will return error. And this is our sample input output of parsing table. All these are non-terminals, E, dash, T, all these capitals, and our input symbols or terminals would be ID plus star, and as you see that your dollar is to indicate the end of that grammar. This is known as augmented grammar. If we include the dollar, then we get into the code so that you can easily understand. I have done this in NetBeans using Java. I have created a package called exp7 and imported some library functions so that I can use the scanner class and to get you output to the user as well as to get the input from the user. Created a class called exp7. By using the throws exception, I have been handling the exceptions, and I have created an object for scanner class. S is that, and through buffer reader and writer I'm going to read and write, and this is the path. As I have previously explained in the previous videos how to include this path very easily, and I have created the objects for buffer reader and writer class B and BW. I have created a string called line and it is kept empty. I have initialized some rows for the, as we have seen in the program, we are having some rows and columns. I have initialized rows and columns using this parse table. I have done the code actually for this input, so I have used 6 rows and 7 columns, and I have initialized the SS variable of string data type to capital E. This is our starting symbol, the first terminal or starting symbol of the grammar, and I have created a 2-dimensional array AR, and it is initialized with rows and columns as we have initialized over here, and this is the code to be done inside. While we are going to read using b.readLine. If it is not equal to null, then we are going to split that using the a.length, which helps us to know the length of the array. A is, as previously we have seen, A is the array which we split. Then we are going to find the length of that array, this array, using a.length, and this is for iteration, and this is the initialization part of for loop. If it is greater than 7, then the 2-dimensional array is assigned to a of I, split. Then we are going to print that a of I, and this is the else part for that. And I have been using one more stack, and these are the terminals which I have used in the program: ID plus star, opening and closing parenthesis, and dollar symbol. These are all the non-terminals. I set a boolean flag 3 as false. If it is less than terminal.length, this is the terminal, this is the, if array length is terminal is the array over here. If it is less than this length, then I'm going to iterate the k++ and starts with C+, and I'm going to break that. If it is done, I'm going to get out of that loop. And similarly we have some other code. When I run this, you can easily understand that. In input I have took this as these are all the non-terminals, and this will be terminals. It is not kept under proper table, sorry for that. Let's run the code now. As you can see that I have printed the table here, whatever there in this input.txt, and these are all those definitions for that, and this is the parsing table. Since I use the starting symbol as capital E, I'm going to use that now. Let's take the input string as id plus id star id, and let's try some other thing also so that you can understand. As we see that the string is accepted, and I will increase this so that you can understand. This is the this is how it has been solved using this parsing table. And when I run it again with another string, so that you can understand whether it is running for that alone string or some other strings also. Enter the input string. I will use some random now and check whether it is accepted. See, we cannot use a symbol or find the stack symbol or it id, since I have used the closing parenthesis. Let's try with another thing. The input string, let's take this time id, and let's take some plus id. As you can see that this string is accepted. Thanks for watching my video.